No, everything is true in the film. We never cheat. It was really tiny, so we have to. We was like this, and we shoot, and we use the corridor, the window. We use everything we can to be inside with them and give them the place to do everything. It was really difficult to give them the place to play.
Hello, this is Jenni Zylka from the Berlinale Panorama section from the selection committee. I'm very happy to introduce to you the director of the film Le Monde, Après, Nous, Louda Ben Salah-Cazanas. Welcome.
Bonjour.
Bienvenue, monsieur. Welcome to the Panorama, and thank you for being here. Thank you for this wonderful film. I really enjoyed it very much. Maybe you could, for a start, sum up the story for us in your own words in a few sentences. What is the film about for somebody who hasn't seen it?
The World After Us is about a young writer who's trying to make a career, his place in a literary world. He's living with his best friend in a tiny room, typical in Paris, like 9 meter.
Square meters.
Yeah, square meters. Thank you. And does some delivery food to make his life. And one day he meets Elisa, and they plan to take an apartment, but it changed everything in his life because that decision makes him realize that the life he's seeking is not the right one. So he's seen the material subject is more violence than his desire.
Je suis contente d'être là.
Moi aussi. Je peux t'embrasser.
Pardon. Faites comme si j'étais pas là.
What I really liked is that it's not only about this love that is not easy, but also about the problems of living in Paris, connected to his background and being in not having enough money. The social structures are a very important point in the film. Maybe you can say something about that.
Yeah, the social structure, I think it's my point of view. It's the more important thing in the life because everything is connected. You cannot you cannot fall in love to someone who is really different of you or in another social place of you. I think the money, the social structure, the how we live is more important, and it's making us to make something really weird sometimes. So you cannot do what you want from when you don't you're not born in a good place.
Alors, je suis restée 2 semaines à Tokyo parce que je voulais voir.
Excuse-moi. Je sais que c'est nul un peu de demander ça, en plus on doit te le dire assez souvent, mais... Ah, cool, merci.
Oui, Nico?
Oui. hallucinant. Les maisons là-bas, c'est un truc de ouf. Ah oui, non, tu me disais par rapport au train, ouais. C'est un peu rush en vrai.
Merci.
Tiens, t'as oublié ça.
Ah, ouais, je sais, ouais. Bah, c'est pas pour te donner mon téléphone, mais je serais plus classe que juste le numéro comme ça.
Of course, it's also a very classical French love story in a way about this guy who fell in love with seeing this girl in a striped shirt and smoking, and he sees her for the first time, and so it's love at first sight. And in his character, I believe absolutely that he believes in love at first sight. But maybe you can say something about the female character, about his girlfriend. Is she also a typical French woman, or is it because she seems to be more thinking, or more, she's not so sure maybe as he is?
Yes. Yes. The film is a point of view, is his point of view. So I cannot give to her too much personality. Yeah, she has a great personality because she accepts everything, and she is strong, and she continue with him. But this is his point of view. So I have to put away his consideration and say, okay, this is the point of view of Labidi. So Elisa has to be a bit behind him. So it's not typical. It's not a French typical compartment, but it's a way to show how she's strong. I think my wife is stronger than me. Yeah. I do something like Labidis do, but my wife was here and say, okay, we are finished. Okay, we have to be intelligent now, and we're gonna find the solution. So it's like the same.
Mm-hmm. And of course, also your film is, for me, it's a kind of homage in the best way to Nouvelle Vague films, because of the sujets, of course, love, young love, and a certain ease in living, and also the portrait of this certain generation. So is that, or was that an influence, Nouvelle Vague? Yes, it is. Yeah.
This is an influence when you're a filmmaker in France, but not an influence, not immediate influence to this film. The only one film that I asked to the crew to see it was the Eric Romer Love Afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
Love in the Afternoon, yeah.
The only one film from the Nouvelle Vague. But I am personally, yes, influenced by Jean-Luc Godard or Claude Chabrol. They are really important in France, but not immediately in the film. After, when you're in France, you cannot. It's here, it's everywhere, and no, it's really, really conscious to say yes, it's an influence. I just think I have to make a movie, and they're young and they love, and yes, it's universally, they can do it in Germany, it's the same.
Yeah, and we like it too, of course. Maybe you can say something about the production, especially about this many scenes in this tiny room that you said had only 9 square meters. And I mean, was it really a tiny room like this, or did you make it look tiny, and how did you do that?
No, everything is true in the film. We never cheat. It was the apartment of Aurélien Gabrieli, the true one. So, yeah.
So it doesn't pay to be producer there.
We was only 5 people on the set, except the comedian. So it was really tiny. And when we shoot, there are only the director of photography, the soundman,
Soundman, yeah.
Yeah, and me, and we used a little camera, a Blackmagic 4K. It's really tiny, and we changed something on some component. We put old lenses to have a better look, and it was really tiny. So we was like this, and we shoot, and we used the corridor, the window. We used everything we can to be inside with them and give them the place to do everything. It was really difficult to give them the place to play. It was the more difficult, but with this tiny camera and only a little crew, a tiny crew, it was great.
Alexei, sors de la douche. Sors de là. Putain, je vais crever. Alexei.
Ta gueule.
Mais qu'est-ce que tu fais, putain? Mais sors de la douche, c'est ridicule.
Je sors de la douche.
Bonjour.
Elisa,
Alexei?
lui-même. Je suis un boulet. Pardon, mais j'étais avec mon plan Tinder, là, mais on m'a jarté après la première bière. Je savais pas où dormir. Mais voilà.
Everything looks so authentic, and of course, I heard that the situation is not easy for artists in France, especially in Paris. Do you think that that this will change, or this has to change, because it looks like it's really hard to do this kind of work that you do?
Yeah, it's really difficult, and I think when we want to make some film more authentic or more author film, as we say in France, it's gonna we will not have the same money that they had in the 70s. So we have to invent something else or do with our energy. We want to make a film, and we have a crew who wants to do it, and we're gonna do it like this, like with some new, by using some new some new techniques, or it's gonna change like this. I think the big film will have more money, and we don't have more money but less money, and we have to know how to use it.
You end this film with Labidi really knowing what he really wants to do. You know, first he's writing a book, and that's not really the book that he has to write, and then something is coming out of him more or less. Is that also a kind of message or a statement that one should, as an artist, maybe one should really find what is really important to say, and not only what, I don't know, what somebody else wants?
I think the desire is not really, it's not gonna change your life. Your life is what you do every day with your friends, with the person who you love in your and making a movie is not gonna change my life. I'm working now in for a big store, so every morning I continue to work, and it's okay. I think there is no big star except if you do a Marvel, but I think just be in love with your friend and your wife and do your life. It's okay, and it's a work. It's a good work, but don't make a movie or write a book for a bad reason. Just do it for yourself, and so just explain what you have to say, and that's all. No more, no star, and it's cool to do it like that, I think.
Okay, so as a last question, what are you planning now at the moment besides working at the store? Are you?
I'm writing a new film, and with Aurélien in the main role, and Sadia in the to play his mother again, and I think it's gonna be more or less like The World After Us, but more dramatic and more funny. But it's gonna be like a polar, a thriller in Paris, and with the using the conspiracy theory in really in wave in Paris. So everybody think the pandemic is false. So I'm gonna
We
use
have
this
these
thing.
crazy people too here, yeah.
Yeah, they're everywhere, and they're gonna speak about more social downgrading than the conspiracy theory, but it's like the same.
I'm looking very much forward to this, really, to the next film. And yes, thank you very much, and good luck with it. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.